Number 7. Shawn Kemp. Known as the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp spent the best parts of his career scoring on his opponents at will, but after a while, just scoring wasn't enough. Kemp needed more. He needed to embarrass his competition, and the best way to do that was to put the man guarding him on a poster, which he did time and time again. And his greatest poster, his masterpiece, came early when he was just 22 years old against Alston Lister. Just watch. The greatest part of this dunk is Kemp's reaction after, as he actually points at Lister to rub it in. And just look at Lister's face. This is the face of a man who just had his soul taken out of him by a single dunk. Number 6. Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers was a 4-time All-Star, an All-Star Game MVP, and perhaps most importantly, a man who once proved that humans could fly. To prove this, let's go to the fourth quarter of a 1989 regular season game between the Suns and the Knicks. As Tom Chambers catches a pass, he finds Mark Jackson blocking his way to the basket. Most humans would try to go around Jackson, but again, Tom Chambers could fly.
Forcing the Knicks to cough it up a bit, and Chambers soars.
Number 5. Julius Erving. Playing in the 70s and 80s, Julius Erving became the NBA's first premier dunker. Kids everywhere lowered their hoops and tried to recreate his dunks, and he quickly became an inspiration for future NBA stars. This reputation as one of the NBA's all-time dunkers was cemented with 2 plays. The first took place in the 1977 NBA Finals, when Dr. J took the ball coast to coast and saw Bill Walton. The second moment took place with lower stakes, but was clearly a more impressive dunk. In January of 1983, the Sixers led the Lakers by 2 with a minute 30 left. Then, Dr. J stole the ball and...
Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk. And the doctor made a sensational play.
This dunk over Michael Cooper would later be known as the Rock the Baby dunk, Dr. J's signature moment in a Hall of Fame career. Number 4. Michael Jordan. Patrick Ewing was an All-American, an All-Star, and is in the Hall of Fame. By all accounts, he is one of the NBA's great players. He also proved to be one of the NBA's great practice dummies for poster dunks. With that said, Michael Jordan spent a lot of his career putting players onto posters, so the two were a perfect match. Which brings us to the 1991 playoffs, where Jordan's Bulls found themselves matched up against Ewing's Knicks. Down 4 late in the first half, Jordan took on seemingly the entire Knicks roster and then...
On the drive, in for the left, gets chased into the corner, comes right back, through the foul! Wow!
After the dunk, Jordan would tell Patrick, "Georgetown guys don't block shots. All they do is take charges." Number 3. Scottie Pippen. Like I said, Patrick Ewing spent a lot of time on posters, so it's no surprise to find him on this list again, this time at the hands of Scottie Pippen. Playing in his first NBA playoffs without Jordan, Pippen was a man on a mission to prove himself to the league, and in Game 6 of the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks, he got his chance. With the Bulls in pursuit of a Game 7, Pippen put an exclamation point on a late Bulls lead with this play. The most awesome part of this dunk was not the dunk itself, but the aftermath, as Pippen stood over Ewing to show his dominance. He then proceeded to talk trash with Spike Lee and get a technical, which was a fair trade for one of the Bulls' most memorable moments. Number 2. Kevin Johnson. Throughout his career, Kevin Johnson proved to be one of the most electrifying athletes to play the point guard position throughout the 90s. A 3-time All-Star, KJ was a constant addition to any highlight reel, but still he stood just 6'1", which meant that dunks were not exactly a common occurrence for him, which is why what happened next was so surprising. Down 11 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter against the Rockets in the playoffs, the Phoenix Suns had little reason to celebrate. And then Kevin Johnson went baseline. Yes, the 6'1" KJ threw down over the 6'11" Hakeem, a dunk that marked a victory for small players everywhere. And number 1, Vince Carter. It is said that every man has a purpose in life, a reason that he was created to walk the earth. If that's true, then Vince Carter's purpose in life was to dunk on people's faces, or more specifically, NBA stars' faces. He dunked on Tim Duncan, he dunked on Alonzo Mourning, and he even dunked on Dikembe Mutombo. But his best dunk came not at the expense of an NBA star or even an NBA player, because against France in the 2000 Olympic Games, Vince Carter unleashed the greatest dunk in the history of basketball. With around 16 minutes left, the United States led by 15 points and were well on their way towards another win. But this game would not be remembered as just another United States win, because after a Gary Payton miss, France attempted to pass the ball up court when yes, Vince Carter dunked over Frederick Weiss, with Weiss later saying, "Sadly for me, I learned people can fly." And thank you guys for watching, and to my loyal subscribers, I love you guys. Your support motivates me to make videos. You're amazing. And if you haven't subscribed already and you're an NBA fan, I think you'll love this channel. I make tons of NBA content. I do videos like this, what if scenarios, a whole bunch going on here. Check out the channel, and as always, guys, have an awesome day, and cue the music.